Welcome to the Novice Builder, where every expert was once a novice.
In part 1, I walked you through how I planned out the dimensions, layout, and slope for the roof structure. If you haven't seen that yet, I've put the link down in the description below, or you can head over to my channel, The Novice Builder. Now in part 2, we're moving forward with the actual build. My team will be installing the ceiling joists, and I'll show you how we framed the rake wall as part of the roof framing process. Let's jump in. Now let's break down the actual tools and materials used to build it the right way on site. Tape measure, chalk line, framing square, speed square, laser level or spirit level, plumb bob, circular saw, hammer and framing nailer. Materials. Let's start with the structural wood. Section 1, framing lumber. First we have 2x6 pre-cut stud, 104 5/8 inches long, kiln dried and precision trimmed. These are the standard wall studs for 9-foot ceilings. 2x6 Southern Pine, 16 feet long, number 2 grade. This is used for joists, rafters, and blocking throughout the framing. 2x6 pressure-treated lumber, also 16 feet long and rated for ground contact. This is ideal for sill plates or anywhere the wood touches concrete. I also use 2x12 Southern Pine, 16 and 10 feet long. These large dimension boards are great for floor joists, stair stringers, or deep headers. A standard 2x4 stud, pre-cut to 116 5/8 inches, is used for framing 10-foot walls. Then there's the 2x4 Southern Pine, 16 feet long, a go-to for plates, bracing, and layout studs. For framing tighter spans or blocking, we have 2x6 and 2x8 Southern Pine in shorter lengths like 10 and 18 feet. Section 2, sheathing. For wall and roof sheathing, we use 15/32 inch 3-ply CDX plywood, often referred to as half-inch rated sheathing. Subfloors and structural decking are built using 23/32 inch CDX plywood, also known as 3/4 inch tongue and groove sheathing. Section 3, adhesive and fasteners. To bond and strengthen connections, we apply 28-ounce construction adhesive, like liquid nails or PL Premium, between framing and subfloor layers. Before starting, safety first. Wear your protective gear, check your tools, and clear the workspace. Roof joists and rake wall framing. The team installs roof joists at both horizontal and vertical angles, which provides structural support and stability. Now, it's time to toe nail. This method helps lock the joist in place by driving nails at an angle, anchoring it securely to the support below. The team uses 16D nails. They're 3.5 inches long and designed for structural framing. The tip of the nail gun is positioned about 1 to 1.5 inches up from the bottom of the joist and held at a 45-degree angle. The nail is fired in carefully, making sure it seats fully without overdriving. Repeat on the other side, and that joist is locked in solid. These joists also provide a base for ceiling materials and support for insulation. They're spaced based on span and load requirements, usually 16 inches or 24 inches on center. With the joists in place, the team moves on to framing the rake wall. This end wall extends vertically from the top plate up to the sloped roof line with a total height of 4 feet. It's framed with vertical studs cut to match the roof pitch, along with a top plate that follows the angle of the roof to complete the rake wall structure. I use 16D nails to lock the rake wall in place, securing the studs and top plate to the structure for a strong, stable connection. These nails provide the holding power needed to keep everything tight and aligned with the roof pitch. Now here's a quick time lapse showing how the whole thing came together from start to finish. That's it for part 2. The ceiling joists are in, and the rake wall is framed. Up next in part 3, we'll move on to rafter installation and adding kicker studs to complete the main structure of the roof. Be sure to check out the links in the description below to watch my complete framing playlist or subscribe to my channel, The Novice Builder. It really helps me keep creating more helpful and engaging videos for you. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your tips, questions, or suggestions. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out my upcoming project and videos.